I'm back with, thank you. Okay. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Anne Marie. I'm an English teacher living and working in Japan, and I've recently started wedding planning. So in this video today, I wanted to give you all some updates about some different things that we have done in order to get ready for our wedding. So my first big update is that we finally chose our rings. So our rings came in the mail about 2 months ago. We ordered them online from an Etsy shop called Blazer Arts. I'll put the link down in the description. Hiroshi and I have been searching for our rings for quite a few months. We couldn't really find anything that we really related to or felt that matched our personal vibes. We went to a few different stores here in Japan and tried on lots of different types of rings, but nothing was in our price range or gold or just had that little bit of personal style to it that we liked. Most things in Japan are super duper simple and super duper expensive. In a previous video, I talked about going to a few different ring stores and what that experience was like. So go ahead and click here to watch that video. And silver tends to be the trend here in Japan right now. So a lot of stores sell, like, they have many different options with silver jewelry, and then they have like 2 or 3 choices that are gold. With that in mind, we ended up looking on Etsy and we chose our rings from a shop called Blazer Arts. It turns out that this store is actually from Florida, which is where I'm from. So the design I chose is orange blossoms. Looks like this. But yeah, the orange blossoms are really nice, and oranges are like the main fruit that we produce in Florida, so it's a little bit of home for me as well. And Hiroshi's ring has like this really beautiful wave design, which really relates back to his artistry and his story as an artist and the types of things that he loves to paint. So it actually ended up working out really nicely for us. The price ended up being $666, which I remember because it's 666. It's kind of funny. Once they arrived in Japan, we did have to pay an importation tax, which sucked, but it was 8,000 yen, I believe, about $50. And the overall price of the rings came out to be about 9,000 or 90,000 yen. So not too bad. Definitely expensive, but hopefully we are wearing these rings for the rest of our lives. So the next update I have is actually quite an old update, but back in August, we finished making our invitations. So they look like this. I made this design on Canva using all completely free options. It was actually, it wasn't that easy. It was kind of hard. Canva is very easy to use, I'm sure most of you know, but it was kind of hard deciding on fonts. I'm not a graphic designer. It was hard to get the balance right, I had a lot of fun making this, and I went through maybe like 50 different design ideas, and the longer I was staring at them, the weirder they all looked. So overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I was able to match the font and some of the colors to the wedding website that we're using. It turned out really great. And actually, a lot of the colors, weirdly, this wasn't planned, but they matched the photo shoot that we did a few months ago as well. So that worked out really nice. We ordered the invitations directly from Canva. So not only made them on Canva, but ordered them from there. I think it ended up being 5,000 yen for 100 invitations, which is a lot more than we need, but I'd rather have extra. And the quality is really nice. We chose the cheapest option of paper that they had. We did not buy envelopes from Canva. We bought those from a company that Hiroshi is familiar with using. I think the company sells through Amazon as well, so we were able to use points in order to make that cost a little bit less as well. The color is exactly as it looked on the computer screen. The thickness of the paper is actually really nice, and we chose the not glossy option, which I'm really happy about. I think it looks great, and they fit perfectly in the envelopes that we bought as well. Next, we made these little wax seals to put on the envelope when it's closed. It was really fun making these. We did it while watching a movie. We just melted the wax over a candle, poured it on, and stamped. We made them before putting them on the envelopes. That way we could just make them all at once, and we didn't have to address all the envelopes first. We could just do this without thinking and then glue them on to the actual envelope later. Some of the seal stuff we got from Daiso, which is extremely affordable. However, I think we ended up not using the actual stamp that we bought from Daiso because of the shape of the edge. It would cut off this like cute ridge that we wanted to use. So we ended up abandoning that stamp and we ended up using Hiroshi's stamp that he uses for work. It has this cute lemon design on it. So that kind of matches the theme of our wedding as well, like the floral plant vibe. So I think it worked out. The most recent time I went to Daiso, I did see that they changed their stamp shape. It shouldn't cut off the cute design anymore. It should be better now. So maybe give that a try if you're looking for a budget option.
Emerald green. I love emerald green. What do we just do?
We send invitations to America, to your family.
Woo! For the wedding!
And actually it's cheap, like 80 yuan to America.
140.
84円じゃない
No, 140円。
140円。
140円ずつ。
本当に
Yeah.
They say 80円。
It was 140, I thought.
見せて。
ちょっと。これかな。
140円。
And my last update, and probably the most exciting update, is that we actually officially got married. So a few months ago, we went to City Hall, not with the intention of getting married yet. We just wanted to ask the staff everything that we needed in order to get married. So when we arrived, we talked to the person in charge of marriages there, and he gave us a list of things we needed. The first was my passport. We both needed our My Number cards. I'm not sure what you would do if you don't have a My Number card, but both of us do have one, so that worked out there. You need, at least for Americans, I needed a document that stated that I am single, or that stated that I'm unmarried in America, basically. So in order to get that document, I had to make an appointment at the embassy. The closest embassy to me is in Osaka, so it's about 3 hours away by train.
Where are we?
Osaka.
Why are we in Osaka?
Because you need to prove you're single.
So I had to make an appointment there to get the affidavit for competency to marry, something like that. So in order to get that document, I had to make an appointment, which I had to do 3 months in advance in order to get an appointment. There are no appointments on weekends, and there's only like 3 days a week that are available to get these appointments. So luckily there was a Monday holiday in Japan, and because it's the US Embassy, they're open on Japanese holidays. So I was able to not have to take off work, and I was able to go there on the Monday holiday. So you show up to the embassy and you need to bring your passport so that you can get into the embassy. I don't know why I didn't know about that, but luckily I brought my passport. Like I was like, oh, maybe I would need this, and I just brought it anyway. But obviously you need your passport to get inside. So when you get in front of the embassy, there's a line, and you stand in the line. The guards will tell you like, oh, stand here or stand here, depending on what you're there for.
I think that's the embassy. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why. There's no reason to be. I'm just scared I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what if I needed to bring my hanko? But I don't think you need that. Definitely don't need it. But what if there's something obvious that I'm missing that I don't realize I'm missing?
So while I was waiting in the line, I noticed that everyone in the line had a piece of paper that said like, I have an appointment with the embassy at this time, and I didn't have that paper. So I started freaking out. Like I traveled all this way, like 3 hours and like what, Nanasanen to get to Osaka, and I didn't have one of the stupid papers. Like I had this feeling I was forgetting something, you know? So I turned to the guy next to me. I was like, oh, is that paper necessary? Like, do I really need that in order to get in? And he was like, I don't know. I hope not. I hope it's fine. And I was like, yeah, me too. But then they didn't even ask for the paper. So, but definitely I would say print it out if you can. It should be in the email that you're sent that confirms that you have an appointment. I would say like print it out for sure, just to be safe. You can only bring in a small purse and a clear file with the documents that you need to process in the embassy. So when I got there, I talked to the staff. I gave him my name and my passport. Then he tested my phone for substances. I don't know. So once I was in the building, I went through a metal detector and they sent me to the 4th floor. I think it was super fast. I think from standing in line to walking out the door, it took 30 minutes. You walk up to the kind of bank teller kind of situation. You tell them why you're there. They ask you, why are you here? And you have to very clearly state what, you have to know what the document is that you're signing. And basically they just read it to you oh, all this information is true, right? And you say, yep, it's true. And they have to watch you sign it. Don't sign the paper before you go there. The whole point is that they're watching you sign it and saying, yes, this person actually signed the document. So be careful. Don't sign the document until you get there, until the person is watching you sign it. So then you sign it, and then they put this big seal, a giant honko on it that says she's telling the truth. Oh my God, the whole thing is so stupid, right? Why, shouldn't they just ask America to send a paper that says I'm single? I could lie. I don't know. It just bothers me. It's stupid. Anyway, so finally, we got this paper. It took 3 months to get an appointment, but it's fine. It's all over. So then we brought that paper to the city hall as well. The last document I needed was my birth certificate, an original copy of my birth certificate. I think this is specific to where we live. I think it's our specific city hall that wanted this document. I don't think it is everywhere in Japan. So definitely, if you are a foreigner getting married in Japan, you should call your city hall or just go to the city hall and ask for a list of specific documents specific to your country. But this was my situation. And all of these documents had to also be translated into Japanese. So I think you can pay people to translate them for you, you can use a service, but we ended up just doing it ourselves. So we just typed exactly what everything said onto a piece of paper. It doesn't need to be formatted a certain way. You just type it up and print it out and sign that you're the person that translated it. So with those 4 documents, we were able to successfully get married. It was a bit difficult because my parents both have middle names, and my father is a junior. The city hall workers had some trouble. They weren't sure where to put junior on the family registry. Is it part of his first name, last name, or middle name? They didn't know. And just having middle names in Japan is so, I'm sure everyone relates to this. It's so annoying.
どこ行く?
市役所
なんで?
to get married.
So after being at City Hall for about 2 hours, we were officially married. Yay! It doesn't feel any different. They didn't congratulate us. They didn't give us a gift. I don't know what I was expecting. And then they have a place where you can take pictures, and we asked a staff member at City Hall, oh, could you take our photo for us? And she was like, what? Me? You want me to take your picture? Why me? And we were like, I don't know. I don't know what we were expecting, but we thought maybe someone would offer to take our picture for us. But I don't know. It was just a very awkward experience. And after we left City Hall, we just kind of looked at each other okay, bye. But we are now married. So, yeah, it is actually quite normal for people in Japan to get married way before their actual wedding. They go and sign the papers and have a paper wedding before the actual ceremony. I don't know why this is. Usually in America, the couple will get a marriage license and then they sign the marriage license on the day of the ceremony, and then that's the same day that their anniversary will be. But I guess for us, we're gonna have 2 anniversaries, the wedding ceremony day and the paper wedding day, which I mean, I don't mind because it's nice to be able to celebrate multiple days.
We also ordered a really nice print of one of the photos that we took during our photo shoot, and it came out really nice. We ordered it on a really nice big canvas, and it looks really beautiful. We're so happy with it. Yay! Ina!
Nice!
Beautiful! Oh, it's so cute!
Ah!
特にわかる確認する
And the last update is wedding dress related. I did buy a dress on Mercari. It was, when I converted it to dollars, it was exactly $100. So that was really nice to be like, wow, I got my dress for $100. And when I tried it on, it was ginormous. So I'm currently in the process of hemming and trying to take it apart and sew up the side seams and then put it back together. But it is incredibly detailed and beaded, so I'm very nervous about removing the beading from the actual fabric of the dress. Oh, it scares me so much. But hopefully I can get it done. I have several months before the wedding, so it should be fine. Okay, and that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about wedding stuff. I hope it's enjoyable for y'all to hear about some of the differences between Japanese and American wedding culture. I hope you guys continue to follow me on this journey. Please subscribe if you'd like the video, do any of those things if you are so inclined. Thank you all so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye! 以上です。